Welcome back. The Greater Bluffton Chamber's Theresa Jackson joins me now. She serves as the Chief Operations Officer there. Theresa, first of all, this is something that I think a lot of people really don't know. They hear it all the time, but what is a Chamber of Commerce?
A Chamber of Commerce, a lot of people don't realize, the first chamber was actually formed in the 1500s in Europe. And it really was about bringing tradespeople together and to protect them from the government. And since then, 1700s, mid-1700s, the first chamber in the states formed, and so the Chamber of Commerces have been around for a really long time. The purpose initially was for advocacy, but it has turned into a collective voice for small businesses in any community.
Now, you joined the Chamber fairly recently. Tell us, what motivated you to do that and come on as staff at the Chamber?
It was about 6 months ago, and I've always been in and working in community work, and I worked mostly for nonprofits that impacted healthcare or community health, and this was just a very different way for me to impact the community, kind of coming in from a for-profit standpoint, working with mostly for-profits now, but even though the Chamber is a nonprofit, it's just a different way to impact community.
Absolutely, it sounds like that for certain. So tell us, if people are curious about being an actual member of the Chamber, tell us some of the benefits. What do you get from Chamber membership?
Well, I'd like to say for most people, this is what I kind of tell them. I said, you know, joining the Chamber is a lot like joining a gym. You can join the gym and you have your little membership card, or you have your little sticker that you put on the door or on the window at your small business. But unless you show up, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of results. So there's just a lot of different opportunities to network with the Chamber, use as a resource, and we're there for a lot of different reasons. Again, going back to the advocacy, we are that collective voice in the community.
Now, you mentioned showing up, which of course we know is very, very important, gym or chamber now in this case. So where do people have the opportunity to show up to? Do you have any upcoming events that you want to talk about?
As a matter of fact, tomorrow evening on Tuesday, we have networking with neighbors, and that's going to be at the Low Country Backyard Restaurant. And all of the proceeds from that evening will be going to helping our neighbors, which it's a hurricane relief opportunity. And then the best thing to do is to really go to our chamber calendar at the BlufftonChamberOfCommerce.org website. Check out the calendar. There are a number of different opportunities through the chamber as well as community.
So we know there's membership, there's events, as you just mentioned. Are there any other ways that people can get involved if they'd like?
Absolutely. Some people like to volunteer. We have a visitor center where they like to come and meet and greet people that are visiting here or looking to relocate. If you are a member of the Chamber, there are opportunities to become involved in our committees. We have our ambassadors, we have a nonprofit committee, we have a marketing committee, we have events committee. So anything that you might be interested in and wanting to connect with other like-minded business owners or entrepreneurs or anybody that, any other sort of professional. We also have our young professionals group, which is growing leaps and bounds, and so there's a lot of different opportunities, and we're certainly happy to guide people into the right direction depending upon what they are most interested in.
Well, it sounds like the Chamber as a whole is growing substantially. So you mentioned volunteers. Are you currently looking?
We are always looking for volunteers, absolutely, and they can contact me directly.
Theresa, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Be sure to follow me on social media at Lala Squickero and send me your news and pictures of what's going on around town for a chance to be featured. Sincere thanks to our segment hosts and special guests, and to the team behind the scenes for making it look easy. But most importantly, thank you, the viewers, for inviting us in. I'm Daniela Squickero, and I'll see you around Bluffton.